everybody. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to another hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast we talk about all of your favorite TV series from yesteryear. Oh, yeah, baby. And then we discuss it over a cool glass of wine. And I'm your boy, your host, Patrick M. Dunn. And I'm joined here, as always, by my right-hand woe man. Yes, I'm bringing it back. Kat Halstead, the author. Welcome back, girl. WB.
Why are you bringing that back?
I don't know. Why not?
I thought we agreed.
We didn't make any agreement. I did not handshake virtually on anything with you. I just said I'd give you a few weeks off of saying right-hand whoa, man.
So you gave me like a 1 week.
No, it was like 3 episodes, I think. We had like 3 hot episodes. I don't know how many, to be honest with you.
I don't think so.
I'm not keeping track. I don't have a dossier like you have a dossier on a certain gaggle of people.
Yeah, well, maybe you should.
All right, well, I'm going to start. I'm going to get myself a notebook. I'm going to be like Harriet the Spy out there in the streets looking for clues. Hiding behind bushes.
Full on Harriet, the spy mode.
Yeah, do that thing where I put like talcum powder on the bottom of shoes and then take a black light and follow the footprints. Did you ever do that? Did you ever do that back in the day?
No, I never did that.
What? You never hit the streets and try to solve some like local mysteries?
Like, I would make up. We're having like some crime wave.
You'd make up mysteries? What? You got a little fuzzy for a second.
I said I was creating mysteries in my mind, but not like there were actual mysteries for me to go solve.
You weren't like Olivia Benson.
There wasn't anything like the old lady down the street's pies suddenly started going missing or anything.
Like you didn't have a like I don't know, like who tipped over the paint can, whatever.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Who wrote Fred Simmons as a cock on the side of somebody's porch?
I'm gonna guess that was Patrick.
Oh yeah, it was me. I got caught and I had to fucking I had to sand it off because I wrote it in fucking a Sharpie.
Way to go.
Shout out to Fred Simmons. He still is a cock. I don't know, he's probably dead. He was some old grumpy drunk guy who used to just walk around the neighborhood in his undies, his tighty whities.
Oh dear God.
With his shirt off.
He couldn't do that today.
No, but back in fucking like 1992 you could have done it. Oh yeah, baby. And speaking of 1992-ish, kind of, what are we doing today? What wild world are we dipping back into? Oh, actually dipping into for the first time. I lied.
No, I believe this is the first time we've done this show.
Oh yeah.
Because it is now spooky season. It is time for the booze to be arriving.
Yeah, the booze are here. Here comes the booze.
Here comes the booze.
A big drizzly delivery of booze.
We are doing our first Halloween episode of the 2020 season.
Wait.
Oh no, we're doing our second one.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, girl?
I legit, until like it came out, I forgot, okay?
Literally yesterday we recorded Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like 2 days ago, not just yesterday.
Oh my God.
Where the F have you been?
I don't know. I've been watching Kaser and Janelle.
Oh yeah, shout out to Big Brother, which is probably over by now. Horrible season, we'll say, right?
I get to watch Kaser and Janelle, so not a horrible season.
By the time this episode drops, you'll be in the opinion of it being a horrible season. I can...
Like, when Memphis gets revenge for Dan losing BB-14 by taking out Ian, I will declare it a horrible season. That is, like, the dumbest thing I have heard.
Yeah, I got like major Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 vibes from Memphis during that little reign of terror.
Like, when Memphis said that, I was just like, oh, hold up, bitch. What?
But hold on, that's in the past. It's already happened. It's over and done with.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
Over and done with.
We're moving on to the next realm, the next spooky realm. Yeah. All right. So.
The Halloween season. This is our second Halloween episode of the year. Forgive me. Oh my God.
Cat was wrong. Hashtag Cat was wrong.
I'm just gonna sit here and cuddle my little black cat Halloween pillow. We are doing the classic Nickelodeon cartoon, Rugrats.
Yes, we're doing Rugrats, i.e. one of their numerous Halloween episodes. The first one I could find anyway. It was season 8, episode 2. Here comes the Werewuff, right? Mm-hmm. This was a later era Rugrats. I mean, I think there were ones before this. This is the first thing that came up when I searched Rugrats Halloween.
Like, this is like a legit long episode. It's not just like one of their little shorter episodes. This really dives into. This is the one I was thinking of when I said let's do it. But I have a whole DVD of Rugrats Halloween stuff.
Yeah, I saw that when I searched Rugrats Halloween. Literally, the DVD popped up.
Yeah.
And I clicked on the DVD, and Here Comes the Werewuff was the first one on it. So I found it on CBS All Access. I dipped in. I dipped it low. I watched it. And after I watched it, I was like, well, that just seemed really like modern, kind of. Because I remember like Rugrats being a little more like scrappier in my mind. And so I looked up the air date and all right. Conspiracy on the air date, because I literally found like 5 different air dates of this.
Yeah, I did. I found multiple air dates as well, and I was really confused.
So this aired sometime between 2001 and 2002. That's all we know.
Yeah.
It was either in August of 01, October of 02, or March of 02. I think it was the other one. One of the other ones I found. So I just gave up on trying to figure out the actual air date. I was like, I don't really care. Like, it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. Except for our one fan out there who really loves when we do, like, This Night in Television. So, guess what? We're not doing it tonight. Sorry, girl.
That's a shame.
Yeah, if that upsets you, just go back to our previous episode and just listen to us. It's probably, like, 12 minutes in. We talk about That Night of Television. If you want to hear it again.
Yeah, so I am just going to choose to believe it aired in October.
Yep.
Because it feels like it's a special. You know what I mean? Because it's a full, like, half hour.
Yeah, it's not, like, just a scary episode of Rugrats. It actually, like, takes place during Halloween. Like, they go trick-or-treating.
Like, I was kind of a little confused because I saw the air date was the March air date listed on CBS All Access. And I was like, okay, maybe I've got, like, all these Halloween episodes confused in my mind. I'm thinking maybe I'm having, like, a Daria moment. So I was watching, like, wait, no, this actually takes place on Halloween. Like, this is exactly the episode I was thinking it was. What the F? Why would it air in March?
Oh, by the way, I just got your Daria reference because that weird fucking Halloween episode.
Yes.
I mean, Christmas episode. I'm sorry.
At least you got it within, like, 10 minutes. Not 6 months later when you re-listen to the episode and you're like, oh, right.
When I'm sending you like a 4 a.m. DM.
Or like years later.
Telling you about a bread box incident from episode 2 of the podcast.
When you're like, oh, I finally just got you Let's Get Dangerous.
Oh yeah, that too.
One day you'll find the Ghostwriter reference.
Rally J.
Okay, so it is like the day before Halloween, and everybody's at the Pickles house. Or wait, are we diving right in?
I thought we'd do like a quick, like, hey, this is like who the Rugrats are. This is what the Rugrats meant to us. This is where the show is now, because I definitely don't remember like half of these characters. Sorry,
I got like ahead of myself.
Yeah, look at you. Kat's like manic today. I don't know. She was up at like 7 a.m. my time. What's that, like 5 a.m. in your world?
It was like 6 something my time, so like 8 something your time.
It was early. It was early as fuck. Like, I was up early. Like, I was like, what am I doing up fucking this early? And like, this bitch over here is just fucking tapping away at her keyboard.
And then I start messaging you and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with Kat?
Yeah, because I'll usually, like, in the normal world, I'll get up like around like 8 or 9 and I'll like blast her like 7 messages, and I don't like hear from you for like 4 hours. And I literally like, I didn't even like put my phone down yet and buzzed. I was like, hold on, Kat Halstead's replying? I was like, what the fuck's going on? Are we supposed to record now? Because I am like, I haven't even put on my face. My face is not on yet.
You're like, he's like, I'm not ready to record. I'm like, dude, I can't record until after work. Of course, then I go to work for like an hour.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you. You know what? I worked for an hour too. I did a little bit of door dashing today. Yes, I'm a door dasher now.
Oh, yeah.
I made more than an hour than I make in like 3 hours at like my regular job. So I was like, ooh.
Oh, wow.
Might be a pro DD now. If you find yourself in the Myrtle Beach area, staying at a hotel, order yourself some Chick-fil-A, maybe I'll bring it over. Maybe I'll bring over a big ass. I had to carry like a fucking big ass bag of fucking Chick-fil-A. Actually, 2 big ass bags up like fucking like 4th floor at a hotel. And it's like, maneuver this place looking for the fucking room. I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, was this your first time ever even going to a Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, actually it was. I've never eaten Chick-fil-A, but this is my first time going to Chick-fil-A, and it's still like you can't go into Chick-fil-A. It's still like quarantine-y type. So I had to like,
yeah,
I didn't know where to go. So I just kind of like saw this like random like worker like walking across the parking lot, and I was like, I'm a DoorDasher, where do I go? And she's like, all the way in the back. And I was like, the back of where? She's like, at the parking lot. And I'm like, back there, and there's like 7 cars back there, and it's just people like fucking walking out and fucking like a marching band bringing out food. And I was like, oh god, I'm never picking up a Chick-fil-A order again, at least at this one. It was wild time.
Damn it, now I want Chick-fil-A. Damn it.
DoorDash it, girl. Maybe I'll fly out there and bring it to you. See you in like 8 hours.
Like, the thing about Chick-fil-A is, like, as soon as you think about it, you want it, and then you're like, fuck. Because you usually think about wanting it on a Sunday when they're closed.
Oh yeah, the holy day.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking religious bastards. All right, enough about them.
Okay, the Rugrats. Okay, so we have the Rugrats, and the Rugrats are a group of babies who are all besties because their parents are besties.
Yeah, they like hang out at the fucking Pickles house every day.
Yeah.
They just chill. And it's just like a weird combination of friends. Like this is like for the parent group anyway. This is like the oddest friend group ever.
Okay.
Like it's like the Breakfast Club of like friend groups right here.
This is the way I see it. Okay, you have Stu and Dee Dee, right?
Yeah.
They're your core.
Yeah.
Dee Dee's kind of like new age, hippie-ish.
Yeah.
Hippie-ish, right? So, but there's still part of her that's a little old school. But she's best friends with Phil and Lil's mom, right?
Yes, I believe so. I see
That's a connection right there. Okay. So then you have Stu. He is like buddies with Chucky's dad.
Yeah. And Chucky's dad's a fucking mess, by the way. Let's just throw that out there.
Yes, like, but they have probably been friends since like grade school or something like that.
Yeah, for some reason, like they stuck it through. They actually like, you know, when Chucky's dad got awkward in middle school, Stu like still stood by him.
Stu was probably just as awkward.
Yeah, I could see it, but I feel like Stu is like a little bit cooler than Chucky's dad. He's like a little more put together.
Yeah.
Chucky's dad's just kind of like a fucking nervous mess.
And then
he's like Woody Allen-ish in a way too. I get like very big Woody Allen vibes from him.
And then you have Phil and Lil's dad. I feel like he maybe was like some guy that like Stu went to college with. Like Stu and Dee Dee probably met in college and then set up their two friends.
Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that.
Then you have Stu's older brother Drew and his wife, who is like Miss Badass business shoulder pads.
Yeah, she's Sigourney Weaver from Working Girl. She's like the mean boss.
Yes.
Bossing people around.
She's amazing.
Firing people. She's got like the first cell phone ever made.
And it is like glued to her ear.
She has the 90s like ponytail too. Like I don't think you can get any more 90s in that ponytail.
Like her cell phone should be as iconic as Zach Morris's.
Yeah, like wow. Do we know her name? It escapes me.
I cannot remember her name right now. I don't have like yeah.
Do we know what she does for work? Is she just like a boss at a bank or something, or is she like a high power attorney or something?
Like I think it's finance. It's some sort of finance.
She's a business advisor. She's like managing hedge funds.
She's like some probably badass boss who has like risen very highly and very quickly in the ranks.
I could see her like going to The Apprentice in like 2005 for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
Like she auditions for it and like gets on. She's like the Omarosa of that Rugrats world.
Yes.
Shout out to Angelica's mom. We'll just call her Omarosa. Why not, right?
And then plus there's Grandpa, and like at this point I believe it's his new wife.
He's tapping some new bitch.
So
good for Grandpa. Still gets it up.
It's very like it takes a village kind of situation where like the parents all just happen to have kids around the same time.
Yeah. There was like there must have been like one wild like they went on some like 7-day getaway like at the same like all you can eat resort, like one of those like all inclusive resorts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like nonstop fucking like all weekend long, and they all like came back and they're all like we're late at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Chucky is a little bit old. Like Angelica's the oldest. She's like
2 maybe
4 at this point.
Oh really? 4? You'd call her 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know.
And the babies are over a year old. They're like closer to 2.5.
Yeah, like they're about
because Dill is here.
They're about to talk. Like
yeah, they're like on the verge of not being like babies because Chucky can talk. Oh, and we forgot about Chucky's got the stepsister Kimmy.
Yeah, Kimmy. Shout out to Kimmy, the new girl. Like she kind of joined like mid-series, right?
After Rugrats in Paris.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
Am I misremembering this? Chucky's mom die, or am I just making that up?
No, she died.
Okay, during the show or like before the show?
So it's not exactly clear. There are some sources that believe she died early on in the series.
Okay.
But others are like, no, she died before the start of the series.
Okay.
But it's believed she died of like a terminal illness So it's possible she could have been like gone and Chucky just didn't see her while she was getting care before she passed.
Oh, so there's like a conspiracy to this, like the Rugrats conspiracy.
Okay. You know about the creepypasta, right?
The website?
There's a Rugrats theory, okay? It's kind of dark. Have you never heard this? Do you want me to read this?
I mean, you have to now, because someone out there listening doesn't know this.
I found the original version on the creepypasta.fandom.com wiki. And it says, the Rugrats really were a figment of Angelica's demonic, unimaginable imagination. Chucky died in 1986 along with his mother. That's why Chaz is a nervous wreck all the time. Tommy was born in 1988, but he was a stillborn. That's why Stu is constantly in the basement making toys for the son who never had a chance to live. The DeVilles had an abortion in 1990. Angelica couldn't figure out if it would be a boy or a girl, thus creating the twins. As for All Grown Up, the teenage Angelica became addicted to various narcotics, which further aggravated her schizophrenia, bringing her back to her childhood and thus her creations she obsessed over. Because of time lapse between the presents and the last time she interacted with her creations, she made them older. Angelica was constantly taking hits of acid. She would never have to live without her creations, who were her only company. In a judgmental world, Angelica's mom actually died of a heroin overdose in 1982, just after Angelica was born. And Drew, in his depression, married a gold-digging whore that Angelica idolized because she fooled herself into thinking it was her real mom, but always had a concept of her mom, Cynthia, and took a Barbie doll and made it after her mom's image, wearing an unwashed orange dress and having jacked up hair, which is why she was so attached to it. Later in life, she followed in her mother's footsteps with drugs and everything, dying of an overdose at age 13 when All Grown Up was canceled. The only Rugrat not to be fictional, however, was unborn Tommy's brother, Dill.
Wow.
However, Angelica didn't know the difference between Dill and her creations, although Dill didn't follow her commands. After endless crying and a refusal to disappear like the others did when Angelica was angry with him, she hit him. Due to this, he sustained a brain hemorrhage, which resulted in a deformation. As he grew up, his damage only became more evident. By the time he was 9 and All Grown Up, he lived as an outcast, being ridiculed for his weirdness and retardation. The immense guilt over this is what led Angelica to her drug use, and this is what led Angelica to uncreate the Rugrats briefly, until she experienced hallucinogenics. On a trip to Paris to find love, Chaz married a woman named Kira. He was actually going to marry a different woman named Coco, but she wanted him for his money, who had a daughter named Kimmy that was torn from her because she was a cocaine addict. Angelica imagined her from Kira's stories. He lost his mind after the death of his wife and was in denial that she was ever a prostitute. Upon return to America, Chaz and Kira married, and she got her green card. It was actually a really happy and romantic story. Kira struggled with addiction, but was relatively happy with her life and Chaz. Susie was actually Angelica's only friend, who entertained the thoughts of Angelica's creations. For her sake, Angelica spent the last days of her life in the back of the school cafeteria, imagining friends around her and playing with the lives of her creations.
I wasn't ready for that. You should have asked me if I was sitting down.
Yeah, that's the original version. This went so viral, one of the creators of Rugrats had to be like, no, that's not true at all.
I don't know. I kind of believe it.
Because there were people who were convinced this was true.
I kind of buy it. I don't know. It kind of makes sense. Like, if you look back at Rugrats, just the way that the kids just kind of obey Angelica's commands, and the fact that she can communicate with them, even though she's like a little bit older. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It makes sense. I buy it. I think the creators were just playing saving face. They were just saving face. That's my hot theory. Your ball's right here, Truman. He keeps, like, biting at my feet. He thinks I have it. It's out there. I just threw it out there. Go get it.
Your dog has died to play, and Sophia's just laying here asleep. Like, whatever, people. Just let me nap.
All right. Sorry. Dog corner. Dog corner's over. All right, yeah, that is a pretty dark pretty dark theory. How long has that theory been around? Like, what's the origin story of that?
That theory has been around for a good chunk of time. I remember this, like, floating around on Tumblr years ago.
So, like, 2010?
2010, 2011, 2012, somewhere in there.
I never read that or heard that before. I don't know. I just must have missed that whole craze. Yeah, I don't know. It was probably a long-ass post. Too long. Didn't want to read it. I was like, I probably, like, started to read it. I just need, like, someone to, like, quickly explain the bullet point it for me, basically. That's all I need. That's the only way that I can get through crap like that on the internet, like long ass articles, like Vice articles. I'm like, I can't read this. I'm interested, but I can't read it. Put it in podcast form and just have like two fucking schmucks talk about it. I'm down. Then I'm down to clown. 100%. 100%. All right. So what's your history with Rugrats? Like, were you an early adapter to the show?
Oh yeah. Like, I remember when Nickelodeon started the Nicktoons, we got the Rugrats, Doug, and Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah, the OGs, baby. The OGs.
Yes.
Shout out to...
Like, they are, like, the Nicktoons. Don't come to me about, like, any of these other cartoons. These are the original Nicktoons.
Yeah, fucking... I don't know. Hey Arnold... Hey Arnold's pretty good. I'm trying to think of, like, the Odd Cat or Cat Dog or whatever. Cat Dog can blow me.
The Fairly Odd Parents or whatever it is. Like, none of that. Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, fuck that garbage.
SpongeBob can go fuck off.
Yeah, he can go fucking get squeezed, dried out,
He
and fucking...
can just go drown in his pineapple under the sea.
But shout out to Patrick, though. Shout out to Patrick Starr.
So,
friend of the show. I was named after him.
So, like, when the Nicktoons started, I watched them. I watched Rugrats, Doug, and Ren and Stimpy. I remember loving Ren and Stimpy as a kid. It does not hold up.
Yeah, we talked about this recently.
Yeah.
No, I tried to watch an episode like 2 weeks ago when I discovered all the Nicktoons were on the CBS All Access app. I was like, fuck yeah, Ren and Stimpy's on there. And I watched like the first episode, and I got like 10 minutes in, and nostalgia weirded out after the theme song. And then I was like, I can't do this. This is fucking stupid. This is ridiculous. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe I watched the wrong episode. Maybe that wasn't a good one to dive back into after a long time, after a long absence. Maybe there's a better one. Let us know.
I can rewatch Doug. I can rewatch Rugrats. No problem.
All right. So here's my thing with Rugrats. So I was an early adapter to Rugrats. We're probably, like fourth grade when it came out, right? Sounds about right.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Cat doing her cat math right now. She's fucking got numbers, signs, and plus signs, and division signs floating over her head. All the integers.
Third or fourth grade sounds about right.
All right, so I remember I hadn't even seen an episode of any of the Nicktoons yet. Didn't even know they were out there. And I went back to school. It was like the first day of school, and we had like a little school store where you could buy like notebooks and pencils and shit and crayons or whatever. And I was in the school store, and they were like giving away free book covers. Remember book covers?
Oh, yes.
So they were giving away book covers, and they had Nicktoon book covers. And I was like, what is this? Like, they had Doug on it, and the Rugrats, and Ren and Stimpy, and I was just so mesmerized by what this was. Because I love The Simpsons at this point. I was, like, enthralled with The Simpsons, and I just was, like, super into animation, primetime animation, so I just wanted more of it. Trying to figure out what it was, and then, I don't know, one day I was watching, like, fucking Hey Dude or something, and I saw a commercial for the Rugrats. And I was like, oh shit, it's a show. Like, I can watch this. So I watched it. Oh, I loved it. And then, a few years went by. I got like kind of like aged out of it. It was like a little too childish for me. It's like a little too much. But all of a sudden, my younger sister, she's probably like 5 at the time, and she had discovered it. They started selling the VHS tapes. You could buy them at Walmart or whatever, Kmart or something.
Yeah.
I just remember the tapes being orange, the orange VHS tapes. Goddamn fucking Nickelodeon for making those tapes orange, because that's fucking how the little kids knew what the tape was. You couldn't hide it.
Exactly.
Oh god, they'd fucking pick that out of the pile. You couldn't hide it behind fucking, I don't know, Rocky 4 or something. And she would just fucking sit there and watch Rugrats all day long. The same like 5 episodes that were on that tape, and I was just growing so tired of it. And I just remember like talking to her one day. I was like, oh, like who's your favorite Rugrat? I'm like, is it Angelica? And she's like 5 years old. She's like, no, Angelica's a bitch. And I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
What a time. What a time to be alive. Great times. So that's my history with the Rugrats. I think the last time I ever actually saw anything to do with Rugrats was the Rugrats movie. Like when the movie, like 1998-ish.
Yeah.
I remember my sister getting it on VHS and watching it a few times. I remember she had the soundtrack and had that Mason Maya song, Take Me Back or whatever it was.
Oh my gosh.
I think Lisa Loeb's on the soundtrack too. I kind of remember that.
So
What a weird soundtrack that was.
I watched Rugrats for a few years, and then I kind of stopped watching Nickelodeon. Like, I feel like I could still watch the Disney Channel in high school. Like, there's stuff I could watch. But I feel like when we were in high school, Nickelodeon didn't really have anything to pull us in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Nickelodeon kind of like dipped. Like it did like a nosedive at some point. Like, I want to say like 97-ish.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It just kind of like was done.
Yeah, I was like over it. I didn't care about any of the new crop of shows that were coming out.
Like, I'm not a fan of all that. It just has never done anything for me.
Yeah, I was never into it. Or like the Amanda Bynes show.
Yeah. Like, my brother watched Kenan and Kel, but that was like the only thing that got from Nickelodeon that was ever on in our house, really, is Kenan and Kel.
Yeah, I kind of remember Kenan and Kel. I remember going to see Good Burger, and it was all right. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't top-notch entertainment. But, you know, by that point in time, I was into, like, watching reruns of Facts of Life on USA at, like, 8 in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. Like, by then, at this point, I'm, like, deep into my soap operas and Dawson's Creek and...
Yeah, you're moving on to adult things.
Yeah, like, I mean, I wasn't even watching, like, the Disney Channel that often at this point. Like, maybe if there was, like, a movie I wanted to watch or something.
What did the Disney Channel have, though, at this point?
This is around the time they started with the Disney Channel original movies.
The DComs?
Yeah, the DComs.
So you got, like, Brink and stuff?
So you might get, like, a movie with Katherine Heigl.
Oh, God.
Young Katherine Heigl. Or something like that. Like, maybe, like, that might...
Smart House.
Catch your interest. But, yeah, Smart House.
Brink, the rollerblade movie with, like, Eric Von Detten.
Johnny Tsunami.
Oh, yeah.
Xenon.
I was gonna say Xenon. That was what I was working up to, like Halloween Town or something.
Yeah. Okay. Can I be honest? I hate Halloween Town.
Never seen it. I just know it.
I hate it. I hate all the Halloween Town movies. I don't enjoy the Twitches movies. The only one I enjoy is Don't Look Under the Bed.
That one's kind of scary, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I love it. So yeah, it's like maybe like once in a while you put the Disney Channel on. You don't watch Disney that often. You don't watch Nickelodeon, like, ever at this point when you're a high schooler. Like, we were watching MTV. We were watching Real World and Road Rules and reruns of Puck dip his finger in the fucking peanut butter.
Yeah, after he picked his nose.
Like, and the whole house has a goddamn meltdown.
What a time. What a time to be alive. Great show. Great times. Great memories.
I wasn't watching Rugrats. Like, maybe if I was, like, flipping through the channels and it was on, I'd stop and watch. You know?
I think the quality of Rugrats kind of lessened as the years went on, though. It kind of, like, it was I always feel like when it first came out, it was a show that both parents and kids could enjoy. Mm-hmm. But I felt like as it went on, as the years ebbed on, it was more of a show that, mostly for the kids now, I think mostly for the kids. Not just me, because that's how I felt when we watched this episode. I wasn't here for it, I'm not going to lie. I'm like, I
mean, I'm going to tell you, 39-year-old me, like, had some questions.
I know, and I think we should get into it. It's been like 36 hours. I think it's time we talk about Here Comes the Werewuff.
Okay.
Now that we just, like, took you down a dark path of fucking Angelica overdosing at the age of 13.
I feel like if I hadn't done that, I would be getting messages from Heather going, why didn't you guys talk about that?
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. And I don't know. You're a little like Go Ask Alice vibes. The best part of this whole thing is that Angelica was born in 1982, which like puts her like at the same age as us, which is like,
oh my God, that is so fucked up.
Doesn't line up with the timeline because the show came out in 1991. So nice try.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Like,
nice try, creepypasta.
Yeah, it's all twisted.
Go make a batch of SpongeBob fucking macaroni instead.
It is Halloween. A bunch of people are over at the Pickles house and they're carving like jack-o'-lanterns and stuff, getting ready for Halloween. Angelica, being like the extra child that she is already in her costume, already begging for candy and trying to steal it from the candy bowl that's already set out.
I want to say this. Were you one of those kids that, like, you got your costume, like, October 15th and you wore it every day until Halloween?
No.
Oh, that was me. That was fucking me 100%. I would get my little, like, I don't know, fucking Freddy Krueger costume, and I'd be, like, walking around fucking clawing things. Fucking... haunting dreams.
Like, sometimes my costume wouldn't even be, like, done until the day before Halloween.
Oh, fuck no. It was like September 3rd. And I'm like out there fucking already like begging my family to take me somewhere to go get a costume.
Oh, God. I remember we would always, like, beg my mom to take us to Target rental. It wasn't, like, an actual, like, Target store. It was, like, that was, like, this, like, lawn care place that turned into a Halloween store. Like, it was the total place where you could go during the rest of the year to rent a backhoe to work in your yard or something. And then it would become like a Halloween store.
I love it. It's like, because you know what? No one's backhoeing in October. Like, all their backhoeing was done in like September. Because winter's coming. We're bracing ourselves for winter. So they're like, you know what? We gotta keep the fucking cash register fucking ringing. So they just roll in some fucking cobwebs and, like, I don't know, like rubber bats and costumes and wigs.
Yeah. So, you'd go there and you'd, like, find it was basically like an aisle at Target or Walmart, the Halloween aisle there, like, come to, like, just in
The whole store.
the whole store, yeah.
Oh, I remember the very first time I ever went to a Halloween store, because I'd always go to just like, CVS or Walmart or whatever, Kmart, and just go to that one aisle, and I'd walk up and down that thing for an hour looking at everything. And then I just remember, like, I don't know, maybe I was in like 6th or 7th grade when an actual, like, the first time I ever seen at a Halloween store, a party store or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have died and gone to heaven. Like, where am I right now? Like, no one prepared me for this.
I would want to go multiple times. And my mom would be like, we already got that. I'm like, but what if they have something new for a witch?
Yeah, what do they have? New masks. I want to go look at these new masks. These hot new, like, those rubber masks. Ugh. Those things that you, like, suffocate
We
in.
were never allowed to get the rubber masks.
No, I wasn't either, because they cost, not because, like, you could, like, suffocate in them, but because they fucking cost too much.
Yeah, they cost so much, and then you couldn't even wear them in school. So it was like, my mom was like, why? Why would we buy this?
And you can't see anything out of it either.
Yeah.
You'd be fucking walking into walls and shit. All right, let's get back to Rugrats. Let's reel it in. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so it's the night before Halloween, and they're getting ready, and the adults are very excited about Halloween.
Yeah, they're super into it. They're gonna get fucking,
Like,
they're gonna have that little punch bowl. They're gonna mix it with some fucking, I don't know, vodka or rum or something, and just get fucking tipsy and just walk around the neighborhood with the kids. Oh, they're looking forward to it.
they're, like, looking forward to getting dressed up. They're looking forward to dressing the kids up and going trick-or-treating. Like, can we be real? These are probably the people who are, like, upset they had to stop trick-or-treating at some point, and they basically had kids just for an excuse to go trick-or-treating.
Oh, they just kept pounding out kids.
Yeah. They're like, we need to go trick-or-treating.
Stu's just fucking blowing loads and fucking D just to get more kids, just so he can go fucking dress up as Count Dracula.
Just so they can go trick-or-treating.
I get you, Stu. I get it. You just want to go out there and party. I don't know.
Like, they want the excuse to be in the costume and go out and all that stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Because they can't, like, accept that Halloween is for kids.
No. Like, the kids have no idea what's going on. They see all these, like...
Yeah, Angelica's the only one who has any kind of concept because she's older. And she basically convinces the babies that whatever the parents dress them up as, they're going to turn into.
Yeah, it's this old wives' tale, this, like, Halloween legend. And the kids are, like, enthralled by it because they find out they're going to be monsters. And they're all fucking excited.
They're all down for it except for poor Chucky.
Yeah, the doorbell rings. It's Chucky's dad coming over with Kimmy and his new wife. And they open the door and Stu's like... Is Stu in costume at this point? Is he dressed up like Dracula?
No, this is before. I think he's just goofing around the house because this is like the night before Halloween.
Oh yeah, they're decorating.
Like, it's a child family Connor family kind of thing, where they're just over the top with the Halloween decorations and shit.
Stu opens the front door and Chucky sees like the rubber bat dangling from the fucking chandelier. He sees the carved jack-o'-lantern. He sees some other spooky things like a rubber spider. And he is just losing his mind. He's a fucking little scaredy cat, a little pussy, so to say. They like bring him in the house and they put him up with all the other kids. And all the other kids are like, oh my god, Chucky, like Halloween's tomorrow. We get to dress up as monsters. And he's just like, I don't want to be a monster. I just want to be like a fucking little whiny child.
Yeah.
That's when Angelica comes over and she kind of like proposes the idea that, they're going to turn into their costumes. And they all find out what they're going to be. And the parents tell Chucky he's going to be a werewolf. And he's like, a werewolf? Like, what is that kind of thing? And like Angelica's like, oh, it's like a hairy animal. It's like a dog. And once a month it howls at the moon and steals babies. And I don't know, terrorizes the town. And I don't know, he goes home that night and he has this like Universal movie, Wolfman movie like dream. It's in black and white, and he's like the Lon Chaney Jr., Senior, whatever it is, Wolfman.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And he looks just like him, and he's like roaming through the woods, and all the townspeople have their pitchforks and their fucking torches, and they're chasing him out of town. They're trying to fucking catch him, and he wakes up, and he's like looking at his arms to see if it's hairy, and he's like he's like shook by this. This is like wildly upset him, vividly upsets him.
I mean, it's Chucky is definitely the nervous, scaredy cat of the group. Like, nobody else even comes close. Nobody else gets even nervous 99% of the time. Chucky is constantly, like, afraid of his own damn shadow.
He's afraid of himself, not even his shadow. He, like, probably walks by a mirror and he's like, what the fuck is that ugly thing?
It's like, ah! So, like, he's terrified, and he is convinced that he's going to be, like, he's going to turn into a werewolf, or werewolf. And, like, he's going to be stuck being this terrifying creature
for the rest of his pathetic existence.
Like, Chucky's, like, 3 or something at this point, you know?
They have been wronged by Angelica so many times in their life, so many goddamn times, but fucking yet here they are just being duped by this fucking dumb fucking child again.
Like, how many times can you guys be taken in by Angelica? Like, come on, guys.
They just keep on falling for her fucking shenanigans. Whatevs.
Angelica is in, like, trouble because she keeps being basically a little bitch. And her mom, whose name is Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Charlotte. Good Charlotte.
Like, she's finally, like, putting her foot down because Angelica has Drew wrapped around her little pinky. Like, Angelica can get away with all kinds of shit, and Charlotte's like, we're done with this. We're not enabling this crap anymore.
Yeah, because she keeps trying to steal the candy they're gonna give out for trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
And she's like, can I just have, like, one? And she's like, no, you fucking, like, you keep asking for one every hour. We keep giving it to you.
Yeah.
No, girl, no. Like, enough. Enough's enough.
You're cut off.
Yeah, go fucking sit in the corner. Actually, she gets, like, banned from Halloween. They like ground her. They're like, you can't trick or treat this year.
Yeah, they basically tell her no trick or treating. Like, here's the thing: they're not going door to door. They're going to a freaking amusement park.
Yeah, they're going to Screamland.
Yeah.
It's a Nev Campbell, like, Wes Craven Scream theme park. Oh, I wish. That'd been great.
Oh God, I would say F you, we're going right now.
Yeah, drop everything you're doing. Stop recording this. We're going to Screamland. We're going to see fucking.
We're going to Screamland. We're gonna go. Oh my God.
We're going to see Gail Weathers' bangs.
That'll be amazing. You guys know how much we love Scream. Oh my God, when Scream 5 comes out, holy shit.
Hold on, hot scoop. Just off the press. Scream 5 is being filmed. It's like 45 minutes away from me.
Bitch.
Like, I could literally be having lunch with Nev Campbell tomorrow if I choose to.
She could order DoorDash and you could be the one to deliver it.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, I could be bringing it to her fucking hotel. You know what? I probably delivered her today because the message was like, just leave it at the door. Like, just leave my fucking shitty Chick-fil-A at the door. And I'm like, okay. That's right, Nev Campbell on the other side. Nev Campbell and fucking Courtney Cox just sitting there fucking, I don't know, watching Big Brother on the other side.
Let's have some Chick-fil-A and nobody will ever know. Nobody in Hollywood will ever know.
No. You know what? I'm keeping my eyes peeled. We're officially on, like, Nev Campbell watch fucking 2020.
You're on Nev Campbell and Dream Man watch.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna be a hot fucking fall. I was trying to think of the word. I was like, spring. Hot girl autumn.
Oh yeah, because we didn't have Hot Girl Summer this year, did we?
No, I got canceled. Thank you, Corona.
Oh my goodness. So,
alright.
Yeah, they go to this amusement park. And can we talk about this? All the grown-ups are dressed up in ridiculous costumes.
Well, they doesn't their costumes match like what their kids are dressed up as?
Pretty much, yes.
So like Stu's a vampire and Tommy's a vampire and so on and so on.
Yeah, it's it's cutesy. They're totally like the families that get like all the setup pictures and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Where you're just kind of like, ugh, these assholes again.
They all wear the matching pajamas at Christmas.
Like, now on Facebook, you'd be like, oh, fuck them. Fuck the pickles. And they're like, cutesy friend groups. Like, why are we friends with these bitches?
It's like that family that does, they did that It's All About the Based, that video that was like around a few years ago. Oh, fuck them. Hope they fucking, I don't know, disappear. hope they get robbed.
Oh my
I hope
god.
they get fucking robbed.
Phil and Lil's parents would totally be the vloggers.
Oh yeah, they get their own little like YouTube channel, and it's like,
Yeah, they'd be the family YouTubers who are just annoying as fuck.
follow me for more recipes.
Follow me for more recipes and watch how we just spend all this ridiculous money on our family when we don't actually have jobs.
And Angelica's mom is that bitch who like reposts conspiracy theories on fucking Facebook. She's that bitch. She may be a fucking great businesswoman, but she fucking falls hook, line, and sinker for like, I don't know, Bill Gates created 5G to, I don't know, spread coronavirus.
You mean he didn't?
No.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
But yeah.
So they're at Screamland, and it's this wild like horror theme park. It's actually like another amusement park, but they just make it horror themed during the month of October.
I mean, isn't that like what most theme parks do? Like all these Six Flags and Universal,
13 Nights of Terror or something.
Yeah, like whatever they call it. I don't even know, because like I don't go to those kind of things. Like I don't go to haunted houses or anything like that. So
Yeah, but I'm lame.
yes,
We're both lame. We instead we just podcast about it. That's how lame we are.
listen, I would rather spend a Friday night in October at home watching Hocus Pocus or The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown or Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 instead of going to a haunted house.
Yeah, instead of fucking walking through a sweaty haunted house.
And that was true pre-corona. So,
Oh yeah, now you're gonna go and you're gonna not only gonna get scared, you're gonna get sick.
like, honestly, I'm sitting here like, what do you think Halloween's gonna be like this year?
Sliding a thing of Reese's cups through a fucking mail slot in the door.
Not even that. Like, who's gonna go knock on strangers' doors? Because people don't know their neighbors anymore.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
People are gonna have to get freaking creative this Halloween and come up with some fun stuff. Like, there's probably like a ton of things they could be doing, they just don't think to do.
Do you know what you could also do? Just go to fucking CVS and buy that big ass bag of like mixed like assorted candy bars and just fucking call it a day. Call it a fucking day.
You know what I saw the other day? Where was I? Oh, I was at a Safeway. I saw this giant. They had like a giant plastic pumpkin with like the M&M face like coming out, like the M&M candy face,
Marshall Mathers.
and also like some kind of, I think it was a skull. I don't remember. It was either a skull or a ghost. It was white. But it was like this big plastic container for like $25 filled with like Halloween candy.
Shit, you know what?
What?
I go to work and there's always like the I don't know, like the mom at work who has like all this leftover candy, and like, or she's like got a bunch of kids and she brings in like all the extra candy because she doesn't want her kids eating too much candy, and just leaves a fucking bowl at the fucking desk. And I just go up and grab a fucking handful every like 20 minutes. That's what I do. That's Halloween for me.
I mean, like, the thing is, I already have candy out everywhere at home.
Yeah, that's true.
I literally have 3 bowls of candy on my coffee table right now. Like, I have a bowl of chocolates, I have a bowl of Starburst, and I have a bowl of, I think it's Warheads or something ridiculous like that.
Shit.
For the boyfriend.
Shit, you're fucking all out, girl. All out. I got like Lifesavers and I don't know, those like Dove chocolate things that have like the little like fortune inside. That's about all I have.
Oh, see, okay. That's usually what was in my chocolate bowl until I bought a thing of Kisses, and then we brought some of the Reasons, the chocolate caramels.
All right, I get it. I stand. All right, Rugrats. We're gonna get through this shit.
Yeah.
Our fucking 7 fans are like, just fucking talk about fucking the time Chucky goes in the haunted house and pisses his pants. Just get there already, because that happens.
So the parents go off and do their own thing, leaving the babies with grandma and grandpa, right?
And grandma and grandpa are like, they're not the best child watchers. Like, they don't.
They are not, because these 2- and 3-year-old and 4-year-olds always wander the fuck off.
Yeah, in a giant amusement park.
Always.
In the fucking early 2000s, when the only person who has a cell phone is fucking Charlotte, so it's not like she can fucking call around and try to find, like maybe like have some kind of tracking device on the kids. You can't do that then. This ain't fucking modern days.
For real.
So.
Like, okay, not gonna lie, like if I love my nephew, and when we go out, which hasn't been in forever, it's always you hold Aunt Kat's hand, you do not get too far away from her, or Aunt Kat's gonna get a leash and put you on a leash.
Yeah, you create those ground rules.
Yeah. don't test Aunt Cat. Aunt Cat will go get a leash and put you on it.
You're that evil babysitter.
I mean, I never actually had to put a leash on him, but it was like threatened if you can't like behave when you're with Aunt Cat. Well, also if you can't behave when you're with Aunt Cat, you don't get to go out with Aunt Cat anymore.
Yeah, you stay home. You gotta stay home, boy.
Yeah.
You gotta sit in.
Like, Aunt Cat's not gonna take you to the movies to see Frozen 2 if you don't behave.
But Grandpa fucking Rugrats, on the other hand, turns his head for a second, and the kids are like, let's go in the haunted house.
Yeah, and he doesn't care that the kids are, like, gone. He's like, they'll show up.
Yeah, they'll come. They always come back. You know what? He's like an old school guy.
Nobody notices, and this happens multiple times throughout the series. Like, I understand at home being like, okay, the kids are occupied. But there's a certain point in time where if it's too quiet, you go and you check on those kids.
Yeah, back in our day, the kids fucking had jobs, so they were a little rascal or something, you know? We didn't see them. We forgot we had the kids, to be honest with you.
We forgot we had the kids.
We didn't even bother naming them. We just knew we had 10. And if there was 10 when we came back in at night, we call it a success. If there was 9, better luck tomorrow.
But yeah, so the kids wander off and they go into like the haunted house. And, you know, it's an amusement park haunted house.
Yeah, all right. It was the lamest haunted house. I mean, I guess like can't make this like too scary for like little kids watching.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I remember being like 4 years old and like going through horrifying haunted houses, absolutely horrifying haunted houses. Mm-hmm. And this is like the lamest haunted house I've ever seen. There's like someone in like a ghost, like a white sheet as a ghost, and they're just like, boo.
Yeah, like I remember like when I was a kid, I was totally down with that whole haunted house thing. I remember like the high school would have a carnival.
Oh yeah,
each year, and they would do like a haunted house.
Operation Goblin.
I remember like looking back, I now realize it was like just through the like girls' locker room.
Whoa.
You know, like set like the lights are off and the lockers are draped in like tablecloths or what, plastic tablecloths, and so people can jump out from behind like with their Freddy Krueger mask or whatever and scare you. But like as a kid, that was like, oh my god, ah.
There's like strobe light effects, and you gotta like put your hands in like a bowl and like feel spaghetti, and they tell you it's brains or something.
Yeah, or like the peeled grapes or the eyeballs.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember the first time I ever went through something like that. I was like, holy shit, they got fucking brain goo in here. I just touched brain goo.
Yeah, like wild stuff that when we're kids is like totally scary. Of course, haunted houses today have gotten to the extreme where they are totally fucked up.
Yeah, I went to like maybe 2012-ish, I think I went to a haunted house, and it was like batshit insane. It was like crazy. There was like guys with chainsaws coming at me.
Yeah, like I went to one in October 2008. Is that the year Obama was elected? Yeah.
Thank you, Obama.
Because I remember I went with my friend Morgan and like this random
Morgan Willett, winner of Big Brother Over the Top.
No.
Best friend of the show. Oh.
I went with my friend Morgan, who was like one of the girls who like worked for me at the t-shirt shop, and we went. It was like the Elks Lodge was doing this.
The water buffaloes.
Like I remember it was like intense, and like I remember like they had this guy dressed up like Jigsaw riding around on a tricycle.
Oh, fuck. Like, I'd be like, get me out of here, right? As soon as I saw that fucking thing.
That was it. And then, like, they had, like, a guy with a chainsaw run after you as you were leaving. I was like, fuck it. I'm never doing a haunted house again. And after that, I've watched the documentaries on Netflix about people who do the haunted houses. There are some that are kind of cool. Like, I remember in one documentary, there was, like, these guys. One guy was, like, raising money for the Shriners or something, and he would, like, do the haunted house in his neighborhood. The other guy, it was, like, his passion. He wanted to, like, run a haunted attraction for, like, his job. And then there was, like, they did another documentary on Netflix where it was, like, the crazy psycho guy who, like, it's, like, torture porn.
You know what?
Like, nobody has even made it through his whole house.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was, like... And probably around this time, like, Rugrats came, like, 4th or 5th grade, I, like, always just wanted to do a haunted house. I would, like, beg my parents. I'm like, on Halloween, can we just, like, turn the house into a haunted house? And,
yes!
Like, they were always like, yes, but I could just, like, never execute it right. Like, I just couldn't figure out how to do it, or I couldn't get enough people on board. It was just, like, me and my brother, and, like, we're not gonna scare anybody. Who the fuck are we gonna scare? We're, like, 3 feet tall.
Yeah, it's, like, just me and my brother Mark trying to set up a haunted house.
Yeah, and I'm like...
Doesn't work.
I'm like, Mom, can we have, like, machetes and stuff, and, like, giant knives? knives. Like, I wanted like real weapons and stuff. Like, I wanted stakes. I wanted like blood, gore, and stuff. She's like,
Yeah. I mean, I do think part of that was brought on by Roseanne.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it totally was. I saw Roseanne and fucking like Aunt Jackie's head pops out of the table, and I'm like, fuck. I wonder if I can like saw a hole in our fucking dining room table. I could have my Aunt fucking Denise pop out because she's fucking scary in herself.
Yeah, for real. Like, I wanted to do stuff like that. Nobody was like down.
Yeah. Like, I think like my mom always said like, yes, I could do it like in the basement or something. And like, I would try. I would like hang up sheets and make little like aisles with sheets and stuff. But
Yeah.
I just couldn't get fucking people on board. Like, no one wanted to fucking like do it with me. I think like,
Yeah, exactly.
I think like I tried to do like a trial run, and I had like one of my friends was over, and like I talked him into like walking through it, and I was like trying to be like everybody that was in the haunted house. Like, stay right there, hold on, I gotta run to the other side and fucking change my costume.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's just like, when you think about it, a haunted house takes so much
Energy.
manpower.
Yeah. And then like when I worked at the bank, they had like a charity night, and they wanted like employees to like work at the haunted house, and I'm like, fucking sign me up. And then I fucking got there, and they just wanted me to like sell tickets, and I'm like, I ain't fucking doing this. I'm out of here. Like, I ain't fucking like, I wanted to be fucking like, I don't know, like Jason or something cool. I thought I could like scare little kids, but no.
Yeah.
$10, sir. It'll be $10. Woo.
You know what we need to do, Patrick, if we want to be in a haunted house? We have to, like, volunteer at join the local Elks Lodge or something like that.
I don't have the energy. I gotta, you know what? That sounds fun, but the fucking people that go to those, they're not the fucking best people in the world.
It's just too much peopling.
Yeah, it's too much people, and they're all gonna be old, and they're all gonna be fucking like into Trump, hardcore into Trump, and they're gonna be like borderline racist and all kinds of things. And I'm just like, no, sorry guys.
Please direct all complaints to @PatrickM Dunn on Twitter.
You know I'm right though. You know I'm fucking right. Have you ever been to an Elks Lodge or like a fucking Eagles or call or anything?
Not really.
I've been to one because like one of my friends had like an engagement party at one or something, and then the engagement party was over, and they were like, oh, like you can hang out for the night if you still want to like hang out here. And we're like, all right, we'll just fucking hang out for a little bit, because like the drinks were like dollar drafts. So we're like, all fucking excited, and it was just all like 55-year-old men that's just angry at the fucking world. This is their livelihood. Getting together every night pretty much. They just go there every night. They're like overweight and bald, and just, I don't know, they work like labor and jobs, and they're just miserable people. Just fucking miserable people. They just fucking hate anything that's not them. So no, I'm not joining an Elks fucking club. Not doing it. Sorry. I'll start my own club. Halloween club. We just do Halloween.
Alrighty then.
Or I'll just do a podcast. We'll just talk about it.
So, you know, the babies are going through it, and Chucky, because he is convinced he is a werewolf now, somehow gets the courage to, like, go off on one of the monsters in the haunted house. And, like, he's like, I couldn't have done that if I wasn't a werewolf.
Yeah, he thinks he's, like, saving the kids. Like, he thinks he's actually, like, scaring away the monsters. Like, because they think this is legitimately real. They think there is actually, like, zombies coming out of, like, the faux graveyard that they're walking through.
Yeah.
They think there's, I don't know, other ghosts and goblins popping out. And Chucky all of a sudden grows a pair, and he's, like, barking at them. And, like, you know, like, at that point, like, after the people walk by, they just, like, disappear, and they going to scare the next people. So like, he's like, holy shit, like, it's working.
Yeah.
We're fucking doing it, girl. We're doing it. Because they're like, they got like somehow like lost in the haunted house. Like they were trapped in there. I don't know how.
Well, because nobody's actually guiding them through. They're just these babies wandering freaking through.
Yeah, like, you know what? The guy that like takes the tickets at the door, he like didn't even see them. They just fucking like went by him pretty much. Even though they didn't show it, that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
Like a whole little fucking gang of kids like snuck in. And now they're trying to figure out how to get out of there. And I don't know, Chucky grows a pair, and as I said, they think they scared their way out. And then they like get trapped in this like graveyard thing at the end.
Yeah.
They don't know how to get out. It's like a gate, and they don't know how to get through it. But then there's like a trap door, and it like just like turns into a slide, and they like come flying out of the building. I was like, what the fuck? like
yeah. And Grandpa's like, oh hey kids, what's up?
No, but could you just, I don't even think that's like legal to just have like a trap door that you fall through and then go down a slide.
No, probably not.
And it's not just like a small slide, it's like a water slide sized fucking slide. It's like long, it's like windy.
Yeah.
It like spirals. It goes down like floors of the building. Like what? Like, what happened? Like,
no idea, man. No idea.
And they just come popping out. They land right in front of Grandpa, who's like making out with his like new bride, and he's like, "Oh, there you are! Like, let's go get some cotton candy or some bullshit like that."
He's like, "Hey, youngins, what's up?"
But the best part of this whole thing is, like, Angelica was like actually like kind of teasing the kids like all along, and then like she's in the haunted house and she's fucking scared shitless. Like, she's legitimately scared.
Oh yeah.
She now apologizes to the kids. Like, she's like, "I'm sorry. Like, I just made up that whole thing. Like." Where you turn into your Halloween costume. So then Chucky's like, "Wait a second, you mean that I like scared them away all on my own, like on my own as a baby, as a kid?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, girl, yeah." And he's like, "Wow, like I really am like brave after all." And I don't know, I guess that's the moral of the story, right? Like,
yeah. Like,
be yourself and you'll win in the end.
He really is. It's only the second time that Chucky talks back to Angelica. Like,
Angela? Who the fuck is Angela? Like, is that some new girl who's across the street?
Angelica, sorry, brain.
I don't know. I think we like hit all the beats, right? There's really not much to this episode, to be honest with you.
This is probably the one, like, I do think this is probably one of the few episodes where Angelica is actually punished.
They legit, like, don't let her go trick-or-treating. Oh, and she's gonna steal the kids' candy, too. That was right. We kind of left that part out.
Yeah, because she told them, like, if they gave her all their candy from trick-or-treating, which none of these kids actually really do. Like, they do a little bit, but not, like, an actual lot.
No, but for some reason, they still have a full bag of candy. I don't know how. But...
Who knows? Yeah,
Angelica said if the kids gave her the candy, she would reverse the spell, and they'd be allowed to turn back into their human selves again. So they believed it. They fucking totally believed it, so... I mean, why?
Because they always believe the bullshit that Angelica tells them.
Well, I mean, she is older and wiser. She's like a whole 2 years older than them or something.
Yeah.
She's been on the earth longer. She knows more, even though she's a fucking idiot.
Oh man, like most of their miscommunications are Angelica not understanding something in the first place.
Pretty much, or like the kid, or like Angelica just kind of like tricks the kids, and then they just kind of like oversimplify things. I don't know. We missing anything? Did we hit all the beats? I feel like we did.
I think so.
All right. I have a question for you. I have a hot-ass question.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 out of 5 scaredy cats, how many scaredy cats would you give this episode? Wait, hold on. I'm going to say you're going to give it a 3. I don't know why. I feel like you're going to go with a 3 on this. I feel like you're very middle ground.
It's a 3.5.
Okay.
Okay. You get points for Chucky standing up to Angelica. And Angelica actually being punished in this episode by her parents.
Oh, yeah, so that gets points, automatic.
I mean, it's Halloween-y, it's not too scary. It's not my absolute favorite episode of Rugrats, but it's something I can put on and, as a woman of a certain age, not feel totally ridiculous watching those still.
All right. I respect your answer. I'm going to give this a solid 2.
I mean, to be fair... My boyfriend puts on, like, the Rugrats movie just, like, out of nowhere to watch.
Interesting. After he watches, 8 episodes of Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah, legit, that'll be, he'll watch, 8 episodes of Dog the Bounty Hunter, an hour of ridiculousness clips on YouTube, and then he'll just, toss out a Rugrats movie.
I'm gonna give this episode a solid 2. I don't know.
2?
Yeah, it just didn't do it for me. I don't know. I think I prefer, the shorter Rugrats stories, the 7-minute tales. I don't know. They kind of, flow better. This just kind of, went on too long, and it kind of, lost interest, midway through, and I kind of found myself, hitting the pause button to see how much time I had left, and I wasn't feeling it. I don't know. It was too much. I don't know. Not exciting. I was expecting more.
Okay.
I did like the dream sequence, the Chucky dream sequence where he's, in the Lon Chaney movie, but... I would have liked more of that, maybe, base an episode around that.
Yeah.
I don't know, have it be, a complete, dream sequence episode. Fun. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Chucky fucking, I don't know, being cursed and, I don't know, stealing babies, whatever he said he was supposed to do. Oh, great times. That would have been a great episode, but no. Instead, that's only, a minute-long scene.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't for me. I feel like if we were gonna, break back into... the Rugrats, we should have picked one of the real earlier episodes, but we'll revisit it.
Yeah, you know what this episode was really missing for me? Was Reptar.
Oh, yeah.
I am a sucker for Reptar. I have 2 pairs of pajama pants with Reptar on them. One is actually a Halloween set. They're bright orange and they're fuzzy and it's got all the Rugrat characters in Halloween costume.
Ooh, I dig. All right, you have to put a picture of you in them on the Instagram. Show our adoring fans out there. All 11 of you can like it, comment, like, you know, like, or like have like a have it be one of those like swipe pictures, and it's you in the Kathy Ireland nightie, then you swipe over and it's you in the fucking Reptar nightie. It's like, what's that meme, like me on like September 31st or whatever, then me on October 1st, and it's
Yeah, something like that.
Any last minute thoughts on Rugrats, on Tommy Pickles, on Dill Pickles, on Stu, on Charlotte, Angelica's mom, the grandparents?
Charlotte's a badass. I want to be Charlotte when I grow up.
You mean when you grow younger?
Hey.
How old do you think the parents are? How old do you think the parents are?
I hate to say this. My guess is that Drew is like 37. Charlotte's probably like 37. Like, I think Drew and Charlotte are maybe our age. So Stu and Dee Dee are kind of like early, mid-30s.
Yeah, I'm getting like early 30s vibes for them. I don't know why. I feel like Stu's like a little bit older than Dee for some reason. I don't know why.
Maybe a little bit, but like, yeah.
I feel like maybe Stu started college late, so he was like maybe like 21 when he started college. Mm-hmm. He was that 21-year-old kid in a dorm with fucking freshmen buying him beer. I love it. Then he bumped into Dee. I don't know, maybe they had the same fucking speech communications class together, and they fell in love, fell for each other. Oh, and I also want to bring up Dee's costume. She was a mummy. Great costume, by the way.
Yes.
And then she put wore the glasses on the outside of the toilet paper, so it was great.
Yes.
Fucking great. Loved it. She gets the we should award like a gold star for the episode. Like, who gets a gold star? For me, it's Dee. I don't know about you.
Ooh, I don't know who I would say. Actually, I think Charlotte, because she was like a badass bitch. She's like, no, we are punishing Angelica for once. Stop letting her wrap her around your little finger, you stupid idiot, Drew. God, this is why I have to be a high-powered badass, and you're the stay-at-home dad.
That's why Charlotte gets a bronze star from me for that. Mm-hmm. She places, but she's on the lower tier. Goose Egg award goes to Chucky. I don't know. I just fucking couldn't with Chucky. I'm sorry.
Poor Chucky.
He stresses me out. He gave me anxiety this morning when I was watching this. I'm like, damn, like my fucking blood pressure's through the roof.
Yeah.
Just from watching him be a fucking scaredy cat. Speaking of werewolves, I'm excited about next week. I don't know about you.
Okay.
This is gonna be, we're gonna break a new ground here on the podcast. We're going into a territory we've like said we were gonna do a movie of this caliber for years. Like, I think like since we started doing the pod.
Yes, we have been like, because we've been trying to get hold of them, find them, and we couldn't.
Well, we did, but we just like we didn't have enough. We kept running out of time. We just like didn't have enough time. We weren't in quarantine, so we weren't block recorded episodes in like mid-August, so we didn't have time. So we always said we wanted to do a Universal monster movie.
Yeah.
We're always going to do like Frankenstein, a Dracula, a Wolfman. But then I got this like crazy idea where I was like, how about we just do like one of the later ones where it just went like the whole plot went completely off the rails and they just started like comboing up. So next week we're doing, you sitting down, Kat Halstead? You sitting down, fans?
I am sitting down.
Heather, you're not driving because you're going to drive off of, like, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to lose control of the car when you hear us announce this. Pull over. We'll give you a minute to pull over. All right. Count a few seconds. All right. She's pulled over. We're doing Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, which I have never seen. Like, I don't like nothing about this.
I've never seen it either. I'm dying to watch this and just dive into this world. I feel like I need, even though it is the middle of August, I feel like I need to go get my Halloween decorations out and up before I watch this movie.
Yeah, create your little den of darkness.
I need to like set up my mood table and all that good stuff.
Yeah, put your little crystal ball on the table and...
Hey, you know what? I'm going to go make a crystal ball. Decorative crystal ball.
I want you to be one of those like Madam Cat. I want you to be Madam Cat fortune teller.
Oh my god.
I want that on it. I want that. You know what? Put a picture of it on the Patreon. Like, you know how, because I think you can do picture posts.
Madam Cat. Dude, I am going to make a Halloween crystal ball decoration, and it's going to be awesome.
Buy one of those like little lights, those like little crystal lights, and you put the bulb inside of it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I can't wait. All right, follow us on Instagram because it'll be there. We'll be able to pick a cat there.
I'll make a whole video and stuff.
Yeah. So join us next week. We're gonna do Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. It's gonna be wild. Cat's gonna be all dolled up, and yeah. You know what? Your boyfriend's gonna come home. It's gonna be like August 30th. You're gonna be fucking dressed up. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, did I just like cross over to an alternate dimension? And you're like, it's for the podcast.
Oh my god. I am so ready for this.
All right, so join us next week when we sit down with Nev Campbell and Dream Man and we watch Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. So, all right, where can you follow our Wild Adventures, Cat? I'll send the author. Where can you follow our Wild Adventures?
You can follow us at A Very Special Podcast on Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can find us on pretty much any app where you listen to podcasts. Just search for A Very Special Podcast. You can find us on YouTube. And on YouTube, we're posting, like, other random stuff.
Yeah.
And, of course, support us our Patreon, and yeah,
throw us a few bones, and we'll maybe Cat can up the ante and get ourselves some cool Halloween gear. So ooga. All right, so as always, Carol,
bye.
Watch the skies for Reptar, because unfortunately he wasn't in this episode, so we had to give him a shout out. So ooga.